Hey y'all, and welcome back to another episode of Catch That. I am Natalie Elise, and that's my brother.
JR.
And we are the R&B representatives. And we are welcoming back a very familiar face around these parts, uh, known as the R&B detective, Mr. Soul Effect. And that is our very good brother, music historian,
Mhm.
Rashad Ali. What's up?
What it do, man? I feel like I never left. I feel like I just moved down the street. Said the RBMS neighborhood.
Right.
Oh man, I feel so happy, man. I'm just glad, man. I got some new neighbors. What's going on, y'all?
Yes.
I
Bring your
had to come
pie.
back to. I had to come
Right.
back to this situation. I'm gonna let y'all present that, but it was this been 2 years in the making, so I'm looking forward to
Yes,
this
yes, it
conversation.
has. It has.
Yes. So, JR, how about you tell us what we're going to be talking about with Rashad and why this is such an important continuation?
Yes. So today, y'all, we will be discussing CeCe Peniston's Thought You Knew, the second album here. So we talked to Rashad about finally. So I was able to go off about Keep On Walking. Everybody knows how much I love that record. So I got yes, I got mine over there too. And I got to go off about it for real. So after we got off the episode, Rashad was like, yo, let's talk about the next one. And we was like, okay, cool. And then that was 2 years ago. so
Yeah.
y'all, so and we know
Oh
that a lot
man.
of people don't really talk about this album a lot because everybody just sticks with finally, and nobody really kind of goes with this album, which I know we're gonna get into on why and what happened and all of that kind of stuff. But this is gonna be a really, really good episode for real. And I'm excited because I love CeCe, and I think CeCe knows because a lot of time I tag her in my IG stuff, and she be like, "You just jamming in my stuff, huh?" I'm like, "Yes." So this is gonna be a great show. We're gonna get into it all. I think y'all already know how we got into CeCe for real from watching the Finally episode, which would definitely be in the more info box. But going into that, so now we're into 1993. It's a whole new sound. It's a shift that's happening. New Jack is kind of going down, and then we're going in, and also the club house music now is kind of taking a little dip that from being mainstream for what it was because this whole new R&B sound is coming in, right? And then also hip hop is starting to dominate at this time. So, we got Brian, who we know very well, Dave Hall, Devontae Swing, like all of that. So it's like it's been now we're hitting into like late 93. We like, what is going on with CeCe? It's time. You know what I mean? It's like, where is she at? You know what I mean? Because it's just like, what's going on with her? So I just remember me being at home for the holidays and Flex for Friday night street jams when he didn't talk a lot and when he acted like he had some sense, just to say. And I just remember him playing "I'm in the Mood." So when you guys heard that for the first time, what did you guys think of the song? Because this is kind of the new era for her. So, Rashad, Elise, when y'all first heard I'm in the Mood, what did you guys think?
You know what? It caught me off guard because it's like she was with Ghost, like the first 7, 8 months and stuff, and then when I first heard that and I looked at her, I said, you know what? She looks different, from the first album. Here it is like when I heard a song and then no matter of fact, I saw the premiere on Video Soul where
Mm-hmm.
like the video was like it was dark, it was kind of gloomy looking and stuff. And when I saw the video, I said, wow, man, this is like a different side of CeCe Peniston. But I know where she was going there with it because at that time, we was kids. We know what Eros was about to as we got older.
Right.
But I knew that she was on something, great. And yeah, when that song came on, I was a fan instantly. Definitely was.
This is what about you?
Oh, I was a fan instantly, John. You know how John knows how I feel about this song. It is.
Yeah.
It is. If ever a song was my song, that is my song. Like mm, I'm in the mood. It's just so fun. Funny thing is, about it's about a year ago, I was in Home Depot and they were playing "I'm in the Mood."
Really?
Yes,
Wow.
and it was in between. But it was a huge song. But I think I forgot how big it was. That is part of the little music of that you hear in the grocery store.
Right,
I heard Not Over You in the grocery store before. Like I hear these songs, of course, finally and all that stuff, and keep on walking, but I I
right.
distinctly hear those two songs every now and then when I'm just out and about in a random store.
Now, for me, I thought it was cool when I heard it. I was like, it's cool. And I was like, it didn't sound like Steve, you know, Silk Hardley. I was like, that don't
Hurley.
sound like him. Hurley, thank you so much. Hurley. It didn't sound like him. But I was like, I'm hyped because it's her. You know what I mean? I'm hyped because
Mhm.
it's CeCe. So I'm like, all right, CeCe's back. And then after a while of hearing it so much, it's like, all right, I'm there. Because in the first joint, I'm like, okay, it's cool. And then now with you guys, well, Elise and people of our crew, they bother us Baltimoreans with us saying
Mood.
mood. And shout out to Mark that got me this vinyl because he know that I love this album. He got it, and he said, "Now you're in the mood." So he put that on the thing. So now when I listen to the song, I always think about you guys. But in the beginning, it was like, okay, it's cool. You know what I mean? And then I was like, all right, CeCe's back. I'm hyped. All right, whatever. But like Sis said, when I heard It's Not Over You, I said, okay, I'm not over you. I said, okay, now I'm in. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm in. I was like, I like this. And then I found out it was Steve. I said, okay. You know what I'm saying? I was like, now this sounds like him. You know what I mean? And then, but now I'm realizing with the two singles that I'm hearing, I'm like, I see what they're trying to do. I see it. I see it. I see what they're trying to do. And I hope that it works the way they're doing it. And to me, they didn't really present it right to me.
Well, what were they? It's what do you think they were trying to do? What does
They were
that mean?
trying to straight R&B her
Okay. You think
instead of leaving her with the house a little bit,
you
to
think
me.
that? You think that?
Yes,
Within the mood?
because in the mood, it ain't really as house to me as I'm thinking more of like when we get to, because there's a stretch of tracks on this album for me where I think flawless. You know what I mean?
I'm not talking about the whole album. I'm talking about like you felt that about that song and
What in the
I'm not over
mood?
you.
Yes. And I'm not over.
Really?
I was like, I felt
Those
I was like, I see what the arm, I see what they're doing.
I don't agree.
Okay, okay,
I don't
okay.
agree. Those songs I think of. Those are the two songs that make me think of the Finally album. That's the familiar to me. Now later in
Okay,
the album, I will agree, but for those
okay,
two songs, I think they played it safe so they could get both because they did get both.
Yep.
okay,
They did
okay.
get
I mean, the songs were big though.
yeah.
I mean,
They got both sides.
Yeah.
I could see
yeah,
it if
yeah,
only black people or R&B went to it. No, this was a big song. That
right.
song and even Not Over You a little bit less than I'm in the mood for that side,
But that's
it
right.
still was big. I told you I hear them at Home fucking Depot.
That part. That part, yes. Yeah. I
But
just for
but
me, my
but for
oh,
other
go ahead.
parts of the album, absolutely I couldn't agree more.
Right. Cause that's what I'm like. I was like, I see for me, I was like, I see what they trying to add that to me. And I was like, how you always said it, and I'm gonna say it a lot in this episode. CeCe shines more on house. She has the voice for it. I remember me and you was riding around, we was riding around, I think somewhere over there in Owens Mills. We might have been going to the liquor store, might have been. And we was playing finally. And I just remember you was like, you see how she sound on these house records and how comfortable and how she can really be CC that we love on it. It was like, and that's why with this, it just sounded so R&B to me. But I do agree with what you're saying now that you explained it. But this is what my 8, 9-year-old self is hearing. You know what I mean? I'm like, they trying to do, they want what Keep on Walking is gonna do. Cause Keep
Yep.
on Walking is house, but that shit knocks. It still got that R&B to it. You know what I mean? And I'm like, okay, since that's what it is, they're gonna try to do that with her. And now with the sound changing, they're gonna try to put her in that box. And I was just like, oh shit.
Now, see,
I was
what I
like,
think they messed up was, well, they didn't really mess up. It's just timing, just how things happen.
mm-hmm.
Like you said, when you intro the album, we were shifting out of New Jack. We were shifting out of dance. This album is very dance and New Jack all put
Yeah.
together. Which, if it would
Mm-hmm.
have came like a year after that other album, it probably did bigger.
93, yes.
If it had
Yes.
came
Yep.
out
I agree.
93, but 94 was, you could start to feel the change. It hadn't quite happened yet, but it was coming in.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree. I agree. I agree. Oh, okay, this is gonna be great. Okay, all right, because me and Sis already disagreeing off the break. Okay, let's do this. So we get into this album, y'all. So we start with the first record, which is Searching.
Oh man.
I love this record.
I
A
thought
nice vibe.
that should have been a single, or at least like a promo single, what I'm saying? When I first heard it, I said, this song is hot right here, because
Mm-hmm.
you could tell where it was like the record she was going in on that
Yep.
one. Because that makes sense what JR said, because we didn't hear from her from January up until by the time I'm at the Boot came out. It was like she just like
Right. That was
disappeared.
at the end
Yeah.
of '93. So yeah.
Yeah. So when I first heard that record, I said, man, why that song could have been like a promo single or like a remix video or something. But I get what JR was saying, because coming off of Keep on Walking, they want to have that vibe going and stuff like that. So they stuck with it. So you know what? Since this was big, #2 R&B hit, let's try to match that. Let's see what it
Yep.
will do from there.
Mm-hmm.
Besides some of the songs that should never have been on that last album, but that's a whole different
Yeah,
conversation.
yeah, we talked about that.
But I love Searching, man. I thought it was dope though, because it was more like a polished uh beginning of the song where she was going to far as, especially like you dive into the album, man.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. It's this joint is a bop for real. It's like this is the time when you're in your Jeeps. This is the talking in your Jeeps record, and you can
Yep.
blast this because it got that bass and it got that knock. You know what I mean? And CeCe is giving us, y'all know CeCe gonna give us some long notes like she can
Oh
do.
yeah.
CeCe gonna hold a note for you now. What? Like she is going to hold a note, and she does that on this, and it kind of like, giving us the whole how she holding on to We Gotta Love thing. But this joint just got a knock to it. And then to have Shantae Savage, who I am a big fan of her, on
Woo!
background with this. If y'all don't know about her, she's Bet You'll Never Find. If y'all know that, I Will
Yeah,
Survive. She redid. She's so like, oh God, that girl can sing down. But having
I
her
love
on
that.
background of this and joint, like you said, to open the album, I thought it was a bop for real. I was like, okay,
Yeah. I
sad.
love the bridge. One thing, let me tell you, CeCe, on any
Go
CeCe
off.
song,
Yes.
except that last album with that song I don't like, has bridges that, like, she's a bridge killer. She does it, and that's when she gonna cut up. And sometimes with extra upbeat songs, sometimes we don't get a good bridge on a lot of songs, especially if it's
That'll
kind
be
of
that.
house clubbish. You
Mm-hmm.
know, you more so get a good bridge in like the new jack side of things, but in the like that house club music, you don't usually get it. And man, she comes and she like, you're gonna remember this part, you know.
That was a great build up, because after that verse, I say hear that bridge. Because I like how with ours back in the days, like the first verse is sizzling, the second verse, all we cooking. Then all of a sudden, by the time
Yes.
you get to that bridge, it's a
Yes,
whole fucking
Rashad.
run. Ours let
Yes.
herself go. You know what I'm saying?
God,
And
I
I
love
swear,
that.
I wore that motherfucker out. I mean, there's a plenty of songs, but this right here was like, man, I say, like, what could have been? Could have been a single. You know what I'm saying? You know,
But
replace that. I mean, after Okay, in between Out Over You and Him I Love, that one song should have been replaced. That should have been a single. I'm certain. I mean, that's my personal feeling on that.
I think that's what a lot of went wrong with this album too. A lot of, and by the time they got it right, it was already too late. And like Ali said, it was this new sound that was definitely already starting. But by
Mhm.
the time we got into like that 94, it was about done then. It was like I think our Keith what's his name? Keith
Murphy.
Murphy. Yes, did that article where he talked about how kind of Robin S. Show Me Love is kind of the last of the last. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yep.
this is it. You know what I mean? And now it's like House on the mainstream is gonna start taking a decline. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's because now hip hop's coming in, and now you got them selling all of these damn records now. You know what I mean? And then now the production that Brian done came in with done changed it. So that's changing Jimmy and them to do something different with Janet now. Now everybody is trying
Yep.
to catch up to this new sound, and it's kind of like what we talked about with an album that came out in '92 that came out too damn late, the Bobby album. The album came out too
Yep.
damn late because if he would have came out with that shit a year earlier, he would have been
Ah,
fine.
man.
It would have been great. But his ass came out in '92, and this dude comes out in May of 19, not May, August of '92. Mary done came out already. You got SWV and them about to come out. Like your sound was now dated. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this is what happened with a lot of this. So I'm glad you said that in the beginning, at least, because I was gonna say that a lot, but you kind of already.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
that makes sense though, because you could tell though the sound was changing. Here with John A, you know, saying it had like that kind of like that
Mm-hmm.
pre-neo soul vibe. Hip hop soul
Mm-hmm.
was already there. You look at the videos too, and the sound was like it was like a modern contemporary sound. It was going somewhere, but you could tell it was slowly getting there. And you're like, what
One
the
of these
hell's going on
videos.
with R&B 94,
One,
95?
Yeah.
one
And
of
as I
these
look
videos.
at the albums that are out in 94 and looking
Mm-hmm.
at the albums of people that had a lot of New Jack in their sound and you ain't really hear nothing else, nothing that moved the needle after 94 were groups like songs um like Troop and Joe Public and Black Girl,
Mm-hmm.
even
Yep.
Jade, to be honest. After that,
Yep.
they didn't really make no noise. Now, some of them still make music, but nothing that I know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, so some of those, it was other people that kind of got caught in that just the shift. It's just like if you come out in 82 or 83, it might during the experimental time. It
Yep.
It's some artists we didn't hear back from. They did good, made a smash in those years, but it was right when it was turning over. So,
Yeah. Yep. Yep. And it just sucks when your release, it's all in the timing. You know what I'm saying? And it was just this album with CeCe, it just should have came out a year before. And if it would have, oh, this junk would have went through the roof. You know what I mean? Because it would have been like any of these singles would have been fine. You know what I mean? So
was part of her not coming out before because finally was so successful and those songs went on such a long run. And
I
so
was trying to watch her unsung, and I think that's why. Because finally hit so hard and they could not let it go.
yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And it was just like even her singles, like even her ballads was, Crazy Love, which is a mid, that hit. You know what I mean? Even though Inside I Cry, we kind of went in on. But
Oh, God.
I mean,
I hate
but
that
that even
song.
did good too.
I hate
So
it.
Mhm.
this is that last single, Inside I Cry, came out December of 1992.
Yeah.
So you're still going into 1993 with everybody still loving finally. You know what I mean? So it was like, I guess the label was like, well, nah, we don't want to put this out maybe too early. You know what I mean? And let's just kind
Shoulda.
of wait until January of '94. But it was
They
like,
shoulda.
You
They should have
waited and
put something
waited a
out while that
little
shit
too
was
late.
still running, and right when people got really sick of it. Even though I don't think people
Yeah.
ever got sick of Finally, to be honest.
No.
But to this day, but
Right. Just ask
because
what's her
then
name.
because
She
she was
got
been
her
so
money.
hot, it could cling on to it, and then you could kind of test the waters with the kind of single you put out because you still got so much buzz until you find that thing that hit, and then that other stuff would have run its course.
And like Rashad said, Searching could have been a promo single to get people prepared. Like, oh, this is what
Mhm.
CeCe coming with. You know what I mean? Like, this is some new
Yep.
shit. This can be that. And then whatever the first single is, then everybody can get in. Like, okay, we ready. But they didn't even prepare us for it. You know what I mean?
I
Yeah.
will say it
That
was a
could.
great album opener though.
Yeah, that could have
That's
Oh,
been
how
a
you
promo
open an
Searching, yes.
single.
album.
Yeah, that could have been a
Absolutely.
promo single that led to "I'm in the Mood." You know, that could have built that bulkness up. And had they would have played it
True.
like in spring of 1993 or summer '93, it'll get people no time. Like, okay, there's something going on in the waters. We better
Yeah.
get prepared for whatever's coming next. So yes,
And I think I probably back then I would have heard Searching. I'd have been like, oh yeah, this joint dumb. Then she would have came with I'm in the Mood. I'd have been like, oh shit. Like, oh.
Now, Search and Jam is one of the songs I say they are doing the R&B thing. Like this is a very R&B song with just a loud ass beat in the back.
Basically, and CeCe being loud with it, and I'm here for
Yeah. This
it.
yeah,
album this album is loud.
Very, very. And when we get to the track run now, I'm talking about very loud, but I'm here for it.
No, here for it. By the way, I love this album, by the way. It got
Yes, yes, and
oh
clearly.
man,
a
Yes,
couple
we love
things
this.
that ain't thinging,
Ain't kind of curl over quite right.
but as a whole, I do love
yeah,
it. But it
Yes.
do have
it's
a couple
laced without the
missteps
front.
for me.
It's like
Oh
a
yeah.
hairstyle. It's laced without the front, if you know what I mean.
Foolishness. I love it.
This is the episode y'all gonna get, y'all. So we okay. So I'm in the mood. We talked about that. We wish that could have really been kind of like the second, really the first kind of single, but after Searching. You know what I mean? So kind of got into that. So we get into Hit by Love.
Before we go to Hit by Love, I just gotta say one
Yes.
thing. You ain't nothing but a sweet thing. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Oh man,
I
that
just
stayed
had
in
to
my
get that
head.
off.
I love that. I love that.
It's the best.
Yes. So we get Hit by Love. Now this is a CeCe joint. This is nothing but a CeCe joint. This is a club banger that has a R&B bop to it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And it's like it gives you that familiarity from Finally. You know what I mean? But it just has a new flavor. But I feel like by the time they released this, everybody was done with the album. Nobody cared anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they played this on Video Soul like crazy. I remember when
Oh God.
Donnie would be right with his little hot top fade, like, I like this song. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just remember him. I just remember him talking about this a lot because they played this a lot. And she looked beautiful in the video. Oh my God. Like,
Yeah, she
she
was.
looked
Oh
so
my God,
beautiful in the video. Like,
she did. She was
but
laid in that video.
was she? That hair was
Woo, she
laid.
was laid.
That was definitely not that joint was a hot comb, not a hot curling iron. Please. Like
I can,
I was not using no flat iron thing.
I can
She didn't
smell
do an extra
I can
today.
smell the hair.
Hello.
Steam and
I
poop it up
remember.
hairspray.
Yeah, because I remember that video stayed in rotation from like what was like almost like the fall '94 to like maybe mid '95. Around the
Yeah.
time when they had MTV The Grind, they played it like consistent. They played it, but BT played it more. You know, Video Vibrations and stuff like that. You know,
Yes.
but like Dr. said, it's like it was #1 dance single, but you could feel like it was coming to an end.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
creepy how that happens like that. When you look at something as a kid, you're like, I like this song in the video, but why I'm feeling something's about to come to an end? What the hell's going on?
Mm-hmm.
Then we have other songs displayed everything and everything. But of course, Ada Records crashed and burned, and that's how
Crash and burn.
Home,
That's why Janet got the fuck up out of there.
Yeah. And Janet left right on time. And that's what the reason why Bertha Home second album flopped. because that album didn't get no promotions. After we like Love Today and stuff, but that's a whole different one story on that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just think, like I said, I think once this song came out, everybody kind of was over it. You know what I mean? Like over, because sis, what number single was this?
What?
What was hit
Oh
by?
no, no, third.
Oh, it was the third single. Oh,
Well,
okay.
first thing, yeah. I think it was like the fourth or something like that.
I thought it
No,
was too.
no, keep giving me your love is the fourth single. Second single.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, they came out with the two boom boom and then. But you know, with Hit by Love, I'm gonna tell you something. I love the song, but I'm gonna tell you something that hurts it. Cause soon as it come in, do you know what I be singing in my head? Da da
Well,
dee da da da. I like start singing like her ad libs from like from Finally.
Oh yeah,
It's
okay.
it's it's
true.
very
Yes.
similar. Like
Yeah.
once it gets into the song, it kind of goes a different way. But as soon as it come on, I think about Finally.
Yeah.
Yep. I get it. I get it. I get it.
But I
Yeah,
do
that was
I
kind of like her
do love this
closer.
song. Hmm?
Yeah, that was kind of like her closer towards the end, kind of like paying homage to her former stuff, but with current far at that time and stuff being like the current video and single and everything. You know, I just realized too with that, you know, with her music videos, even the videos back then between 93 and definitely 94, 95, it was like kind of like gloomy and dark, you know, the way, you know, because her videos always gloomy. And I thought about it, I said, yeah, because you had As a Wimbush, you know, you had Janet, some of her videos, you had John A and everything. I forgot because the whole uh Tevin Campbell's, you know, back then the whole gloomy video was like that was in back then. Where you look at it now, it looks like somebody took a cell phone, a cheap cell phone, trying to record a video off an Android, you know what I'm saying? You know, but that was a look back then, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, Hit by Love was definitely a classic, you know. And you could not go nowhere without hearing this song. But it's where you feel like it was everything was trying to go on with the
Yeah,
band.
you could tell by then it was like they like whatever. You know what I mean? Like, and that just because it how CeCe come in it like again, she comes in like CeCe gonna come in on a record. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? With that long intro, you know that long note that she gonna come in with. You know what I mean? Like so.
Yeah, JR, like I get I understand what you were saying at the top of the show because when I do look at like what critics wrote about this album at the time, they were saying what you said. Um
Oh,
yeah, like one, I'm gonna read something.
okay, okay.
Uh he said A&M he blames A&M for marketing the artist to an R&B artist, which he called the quote big mistake. He gave the album 3 out of 5 stars. He highlighted especially Hit by Love as a song close in spirit to Peniston's early dance hits, but he admitted that by the time of the single's release, its steam had worn off.
Wow. Okay.
Damn.
Wow.
Wow.
Damn.
And it's
I didn't
about
even know they would think about that.
and it's about 8 other critics things I've read, and they're saying a very similar thing. Except one said if they were going to do the R&B, they should have did the R&B and not the new jack kind of how like to take it out. If they were going to do it like the like step in it and do it.
Right,
If you were going to
right,
switch it over, you had to peel away from that if that's what she truly wanted, and that would have been
right,
better.
right.
Yeah.
And she said by the time that when she talked about on her unsung, and I'm trying to think, she was like she knew once one team leaves and another team comes in, they don't really know you, and it's like they're gonna push you the way they want rather than what the how you was being pushed. So now they're trying to stick to what's hot right now rather than CeCe, she's already known, she's established. So go in
Mm-hmm.
that way. And they was trying to go in another way. And she said she kind of could see the writings on the wall, if I'm not mistaken, when she got to this. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? She was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. I see what's going on here. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm not top priority anymore, like I was with Finally. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's whatever now. You know what I mean? Which sucks.
And that's true though, because when we talked about this on the last episode, where like when Janet left, okay, when Janet's contract expired in '91, they signed
91, yes.
CeCe Peniston that year, and there
Yes.
was the first team trail like a top notch. Okay, Janet's gone. Like, who could we get to carry this flagship? And
And they
thank God
picked
they had that.
CeCe.
And then it's like these new fools coming in. I'm like, hello, y'all. You know what she did on the last album? So that was like a pure slap in the face. They treated her, like you said, just another artist. A&M Records here was, you could tell albums was not getting marketed right, sales
Mm-mm.
slowing down and stuff. And I look at, one day I was down some photos, and I was like, okay, the first half, she was happy, but not like fulfilled on the second album, like far as the photo shoots. And I saw a picture when she did Hit My Love for the videos. Like, you could tell she was like, it's like she didn't seem like herself,
Oh
you know.
wow.
And I was
Couldn't have
like,
been.
she must do something. But I was like, she probably thought, you know what, I'm gonna do this video, let me get over with, and let me just run this out.
Right. Right. Right.
And she
That's
did
what
like
happened.
that.
She probably like, I see what's going on here. So let me ride this until the wheels fall off. You can even see, like, once we get to
Yeah.
keep giving me your love, I got some but and it's like you can even tell her videos wasn't even like that anymore. Like it wasn't great
Yep.
quality. Like it was just like, what are y'all doing to her? Like, you know what
Cheap
I mean? So
college kid video directors. Oh
like
God.
some
It
of
was
them
because the
now.
videos didn't match. It's like some of the videos didn't match with the song and stuff. Like, how can you be on point? Like, when I'm in the mood. I like the song,
Mm-hmm.
but the video found like I feel like the video didn't match with that song. Maybe I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
You
trying
know,
to think.
You know what?
because the video was shot in the alley. I do remember that. And Michael K. Williams, the
Is it?
actor, yeah,
Yes.
he was
Yes,
in the
he
video. I think
is.
he had the ball look and everything. Yeah, he was in that video. I think it's like one of his last final years as a dancer. I could be wrong before he pursued into acting, but I remember that. Not over you, the video that makes sense right there though. But
Not over you, and I love it. Like when we get there when we talk about it, but I just love the way she performed the record. Like when she was on Apollo and all that.
yeah,
Like she ate. You know what I mean? And the crowd was with her. Cause I'm in the
mhm,
mood. It seems like they cool with it. You know what I'm saying? But it was like
yeah,
something about I'm not over you where they is rocking with her.
Oh,
Soon as that, what?
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
But soon as that beat drop, it's like boom, and they like, you
yep.
know what I'm saying? Like they rocking. So yeah.
You know what? You know why I did? So I just went to take a peek. You know why I didn't remove the
Uh oh.
video?
Why?
Because, like, Keep On Walking Part 2. The
Yeah.
alley.
Yeah.
It's the same.
Oh
It's the
man,
same
yeah,
establishing shot.
The budgeting was not budgeting. That's all that was. Like,
As soon as I was
yeah.
like, oh yeah, but it's very similar to Keep On Walking.
like you thinking
Yeah,
it's dark in the back and all of that. It's like in the alley and all of that. Yeah, like it was no. Mm, they wasn't
But
giving the
her
budget
look
to
was
her.
softer.
Yes. Yeah, it
yeah.
was. Yeah, it was.
Because if you notice though, like the midway for the Family album, where you remember how her hair was short, like the bob cut, then it
Mm-hmm.
got long by the time Keep a Walking came out, then fast went up. That was her look for that very beginning.
True. Yep.
So we had finally to like thought you knew era. So we didn't know we was going with that. And yeah. I love that
Yeah.
dark hair look.
Yeah,
Yes.
the hair.
Yeah.
The hair was nice.
Listen,
Oh.
even with her little hat that she used to have on, the hair would still be laid, like
Yeah,
still
it was.
But I say
Like,
I ain't never seen her with a bad hair day.
at all. Because
nope.
even when she got to moving on, it
To
got
this day.
longer.
To this
Oh,
day.
Yep.
CeCe
Cece
eats.
Cece is a stone cold fox.
Yes,
That lady fine.
Y'all, she is.
fine
Woo!
with the extra e.
Woo! Yeah, she got no. That's some smoking though. I tell you though, because
Yeah, she was great.
Yes, she does. Yes, she does.
And you know what's crazy too, though, because when you have some artists before her, no they mention, we'll talk about that after this video chat. I don't want to make it like I'm taking a shot, but it was like she kind of replaced a certain artist that was hot in the late 80s and called a brick in 1982 for some weird reason. And y'all know who I'm talking about. We did a review on this particular person, no gender mentioned. And this person came out in the late 70s with a certain group.
And caught a brick in 82?
No, 92.
Oh, 92. And we talked about her?
You talked about her. Now, her album was dope. She didn't get on the market on the third album, as what she thought she would. Because, you know, music was changing and everything.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. I'll put it this way,
I sent it to you in the chat.
Okay, yeah. Please, because I'm really like, whoa, like.
I kind of can't believe it's very. Whatever you see what it is, you're like,
I'll put it this way. I'll give you a hint though. You know, DC, the host discovered, you know, what they later became a trio. If you know what I mean.
Look at the chat.
I know. I'm thinking. Did you send it? Yeah. Okay. Got it.
Yeah. So we were talking about that.
Okay. Got it. Yeah. Okay. Got it. I got it, Rashad.
Yeah.
I'm with you now. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah. So, but yeah. So whatever it is, since we go there, I love this record, y'all. I love this record. I love it. The synths come in. Then the beat drop, and it's just so R&B. Even though I said it was an issue, but I fucking love whatever it is. Like, it's so smooth, and CeCe's riding the beat. Shout out to Sir Jinx, because I think what he did on this album, a lot of work that he did on this album was great to me.
Yeah.
And like Elise said, one thing about the CeCe Peniston, she's going to give you a bridge, and she's going to eat the bridge. This bridge sounds so pleasing to me. Like, it's so pleasing. And I was just like, I rewind this. I used to rewind it on my cassette. Y'all kids don't know what that is today, but still,
coming back. They're coming back. Everything's full circle. They're coming back.
Yeah, I mean, shit. Vinyl made its way back, so the cassette's gonna come too.
CDs, so buying CDs now.
Yeah. So yeah, so I love this joint. You know, it's just so good. It's so smooth. I love it. I'm here for it.
It's really good, and I like it because it's not a ballad. It's more of a groove, and I think she does fine. It's a slow groove. I think she does fine on those. And when we get to a ballad, I'm gonna have to read you what another critic said. But I love this song. It sounds great. She sounds great. She has more control than usual, I think, on it. Like whoever vocally produced it, I think really got her in a really good bag.
Probably CeCe was like, we ain't gonna sound like we sound on that last record that came out as a single on Finally. We gonna have a better vocal. We gonna have a better vocal arranging on this one.
But we talked shit, but she liked that song.
Yeah, I know. And I just, to this day, I still like, since I was listening, you know, when my YouTube was on and it came on, and I just went, ooh. I was just like, oh.
You cried on the outside, though.
Correct.
I'll leave now. It's fine.
Yes. Go ahead, Rashad. Do you like whatever it is? Are you a fan?
Please get us back on track, Rashad.
But it didn't really. I like it though, but I think what it was, I didn't really. Yeah. It didn't really hit me back then. Maybe because I was so hooked on, you know, I'm in the mood, Not Over You, that I totally forgot about that record and stuff. When I listened to it, I said, okay, I like the song, but I felt like it just, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
It didn't hit you.
My ears are different.
I get it.
You know, I'll definitely, you know, but if somebody want to play it, want me to play it, I'll definitely jam to it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, just, I don't know. it's one of those type of songs that I need to like really grasp and be like, you know what? Now I appreciate the song. You know
Right.
what I'm
I
saying?
get it. I
But
get it. I
if
get
you
it.
ask me though, I'll play a song. Then half a songs from that first album. So yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Boy, the
I
inside I
gotcha.
cried. You know, and like I damn near cried anyway. But yeah,
Oh my God.
yeah.
He took us right back there. We tried, y'all. Told y'all was gonna get this kind of show. Oh, okay, so we go to Forever in My Heart. Mm-mm. No, no, no. I agree.
I kill
I
Rashad.
Yeah,
don't like it. It's boring. I
It
wish it would have
is.
never made the record.
That's the
yeah.
one.
Brian
It was
McKnight.
Prime and Night, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he should have kept it for himself because this, I'm good on this.
He
So
should have given
now,
it to Vanessa Williams or somebody.
yeah.
So
Hello.
that was not her.
If she did all that growling on it, it's too much.
Yes. Oh.
But let me now. I'm gonna read you what the critics said about the ballad.
Oh. Oh
It
Oh,
shit. Oh boy.
said, "Calling ballads the ballads." This is People magazine. Okay.
Oh
It said,
shit.
called the ballads, quote, the ballads from hell. The magazine reproached that all the slow stuff
damn.
did was focus on her vocal limitations.
Oh,
Damn. Ooh.
damn. That was cold,
I
man.
know.
Cold.
I ain't say all that.
And it was public. Sometimes I feel like
I,
these artists kind
but
of
I
set
do.
themselves up when they sing songs like that. I feel like they set themselves up and don't realize that.
Mhm.
You know, I feel like they
Yep.
do. It's like it's one thing you got some famous artists that write a song for that's supposed to be good, but
Mhm.
yeah, I feel like she set herself up for that. I always should have been like, nah, give it to somebody else. You know, that's
Brian,
not for
keep it
me.
for yourself, or don't
And,
even do it at all. Like,
and then with her,
Brian McKnight, good
with
lord.
her, like we kind of said, see, you don't even have to put her on a house beat, but she needs, but this gonna be like how I did about that Faith album. It's a song it needed. She can't sing on a song that ain't got no drums. It's not gonna sound right. People not
no
gonna
facts.
people not gonna buy it.
Nope.
They're not
You
gonna
got
get
to.
it. It's no
And that's the thing
drums.
about being a writer. It's like you got to know a person's sound. You got to study their albums to know, like, okay, I
He's the
got to be
producer
conscious.
too.
Producer, yep, same way. So you just can't give it to anybody because they got a nice voice. You got to study that music. Be like, okay, let me match this with that. You don't have to be the exact same as that. I want to make sure it makes
Yeah.
sense to her when she's singing it, as well as to the public and the reviewers and everything. So
It's like
yeah,
who was the A&R at this time? Because I think they were trying to get, because right now, what Show Shock and Carlin, they were not really that big yet. Because they did a
so
lot on this album too, and they wasn't that huge yet. The only ones that was really kind of big, Brian McKnight kind of had Crazy Love and One Last Cry right now. So they like, ooh, let's get a ballad from him. You know what I mean? And I'm like, no, his ballads work more with Vanessa Williams to me, not
yep.
CeCe. Vanessa Williams probably could have got this joint and jazzed this joint up and would have ate it.
Oh man,
Yeah. But that, right there,
yeah,
everything
but
she touched turned
yeah,
to
but this
gold.
is
She
not.
could have that'd have been another
Save the best for
save the
last.
best for last.
Yeah, this
She
not a
can make
sissy, you know.
songs. Yeah. Because
Yeah, this not
She
a
can
sissy
make
type of vibe. That's a
boring,
Vanessa vibe.
listen, Vanessa could take some boring ass songs and make them interesting.
You said it, I didn't, but when you're right, you're right.
I said that when we talked to Chastity about Say the Best for Last.
But the best for last, yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
technically, this song should be boring as hell, but it's just Vanessa got this thing of that she can just make things vocally interesting that takes this very boring on the bass song and make it quite interesting. So
Mm-hmm. And I think they thought that CeCe could do it with this, but she ain't got that type of voice.
if they thought she knew,
It kind of gives me that
Okay, okay.
that song should have been off of the Vanessa Williams album. Was it Sweetest Days? That could have been good for that album.
For
perfect,
that
That's
perfect.
what
part,
kind of gives me that.
perfect,
It kind of
perfect.
gives me that. Oh God, did
Yes.
that boring time? But Love you, but still, it just give me that vibe.
It just ain't
Right.
like all that.
Oh
Just
God.
and then there's a slow, sweet song. You like growling, but you growling in spaces where it didn't make sense. It was like
Yeah. Yeah.
Brian. He like produced
Yeah.
it. He should have concentrated because he might have kind of got something good out of it, but he might have went into it and didn't vocally
You
put.
know,
Could have
some
been.
artists, I remember I mentioned this one time, some artists are like tone deaf. They don't know it. That's the sad part about that.
And
And I
this
think
is where I'm glad you bring that up, Rashad, because as much as that goddamn Kevin McCall is a complete asshole and he's
whew,
just not a nice dude and he needs some help and I'm praying for him. But when he was right, when he was throwing out, even though it was like he was being shady, but he was also being right too, you got artists that's just tone deaf. And
yeah,
that's just them. They're not
yeah,
really catching the melody or the beat or any of that. And
yeah,
I think with this, it was like CeCe was trying to do her, and this song don't require that. But
no,
it's like the label gave it to me, I'm gonna do it.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like Sis said, she growling on a song like this. It's too sweet.
It didn't need
It's too
that.
sweet to be doing all of that growling and stuff.
It's too
You
You know
much.
know,
what I mean?
yeah.
So
This ain't like a Johnny Gill, I'm still waiting or something like that. You do the growling, that's
just Johnny
different. You know
Perry,
what
he
I'm
gonna
saying?
growl
But
even when the song is
Yeah,
up tempo.
but those songs like
got
but no,
control of my life.
but that song like that, Quiet Time to Play and all that, Johnny don't do that until until you like well it you in the bridge and the end, the vamp and all that. He do
Right.
in that first verse and a half, he's not doing all of that.
True.
Just
Yeah,
like
True.
your Freddie, he don't do all that acrobatics. That first
Mm-hmm.
Fred Jackson, that first verse, that shit so fucking silky and smooth.
Yep.
And he don't
yeah,
start cutting up till he get toward the end of that second verse into the bridge. I'm telling you. Go listen.
Right.
Mhm.
Yep.
Cece
Yep.
was growling in the first 30 seconds.
Yes, she was.
Now if she would have built up to that, it
And this
could have
don't
worked.
require that.
And that might have made an interesting song
yeah.
of
Maybe.
of getting her to
Mhm.
sing smoothly through that, and then at the end just do
Let's
her,
take off.
go into Patti LaBelle mode. Like this, the end of the song. I'm coming for blood.
Right. Agreed.
It
Right.
seemed like
Because she
it seemed
go ahead.
like it was kind of like, I hate to say it, it's like a white girl that thinks she's black. That's kind of how I felt.
When you're right, you're right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like that
You know,
overcompensation. Like
yeah,
Yes.
you almost cosplaying it, and you don't have to. Just
It's like, girl, just sing. Just
yeah.
yeah.
sing. It's all good.
But
You know what I mean?
I give her a pass though. She was a kid, so I think that at that time, being in the 20s, she didn't know. She just went
Yeah.
along with the
People are
flow.
just gonna tell you what songs to sing, and you just got to go with it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So that's why it's like,
And you
again, you can't really fault her for it. Her A&Rs and then brought this to her. So that's
mhm.
yeah,
just what it is.
They
Because,
supposed to
like you
be the
said,
voice of reason, and they being ridiculous.
they being ridiculous. And we get to I'm Not Over You, like you said, sis, at the end. CeCe go in because she's like, like she's going
yeah,
off at the end, but it's
yeah,
requiring it. Like we want to hear that. Like,
yeah.
And what's confusing
At
with
first,
Over You, she is singing that first verse so calm.
yeah,
Like she, it's not until that. So I just wonder why that didn't happen on a song
I
that
don't know.
that truly required it. Because I'm Not Over You, she could have sang the whole thing crazy, and it still would have worked. Loud and give all the gusto. But it works even more because na, 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 like where she just kind of subdued. If you had never heard a CeCe Peniston song, you just be like, oh, this is a little sweet groove, and then all of a sudden, you're like, okay, okay, hey girl.
Right, because like you said, she starts it off. I can't believe it's over. It's hard to let you go. Like,
yeah,
'cause I can't sleep at night. Like she's doing that and it's still smooth. Like you said, after that bridge, and CeCe gonna get
woo,
a hey. Like she's gonna give you all of that. And that's what we want. Yes, like you know what I'm saying. That's CeCe. Like that's her shit. Like, and we
Like,
want
what am
that,
I supposed to do? Yeah, baby,
baby.
we are through. Oh
Yes,
my God, man, that's a banger. Because
banger,
I like
man.
the video. The video matched so perfectly. Her that laid in bed in silky sheets. One part you see the guy, then he disappears. Then you see
Yeah,
a dancer wearing like a Miami Heat jersey dancing. Then
that's
you
why the
see,
budget was budgeting. You could tell with that
yeah,
video they put a budget behind it. It was like, how you had a dude disappearing? Janet and Michael ain't even had that yet. Like, like, what? Like
nobody
she
ever
was
disappear on their videos.
right. Like you getting a budget. Like that's what she was getting. So the video was dope. And I was talking about the live performances she did. I want everybody to check this out. It was not that she did because you know you had the Apollo Amateur Hour and then you had the regular Apollo. And the regular Apollo, she's wearing like this black like outfit and it's very, you know, the flare legs and all that. And her dancers behind us doing that. But it's one she did on the amateur album where it's so street. And once that beat come in, you see the crowd give up and the dudes are just jumping and going off. I love that performance. And you can tell CeCe
Yeah,
feeling it because she like, oh, they fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, she really in it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because they like, like, you know, and you got the
yeah.
Apollo rocking with you.
But what's so
Oh,
funny is
that's a
that
win.
other one from before that was from another time, and they did the same song, and that crowd paid her dust.
Thus,
That crowd was like with their
they
hands
sure
in their
did.
lap,
Yeah,
On
she
the
overpowered.
original, when she did it on the Apollo with the black outfit, they gave her nothing. They
cricket.
were just in
Yeah,
there like,
But like as y'all said, that amateur one, amateur hour,
woo,
man,
baby.
I mean, everybody was up and they were dancing hard.
Hard. That's why she was feeling like she had to look behind her, like, oh shit, like they feeling this, like, okay, bet. I got my peoples is with me, you know what I mean? So that's and this just the song and me used to come in from school and this would be on video song and I would hear my mama singing like it just brings back so many memories, man. So this
it
for
does.
me, this is when the stretch starts for me. When the stretch of it's flawless for like 6 songs for me. And then I'm like,
You
that's why I
done
was
after
like,
that.
we're gonna get to the track run because I love when at least have a track run on the album. Now I got my track run, like for real. So from this all the way to track 11, I'm in. I'm
Yep.
in. I mean, I'm in. So
Yeah, because that video ran, oh God, by the time it came out, it was, for like mid 94, no, spring 94 or something
mm-hmm.
like that, all the way through like 95 and stuff. And no matter
Yeah,
like, Hit My Love was already out, but that video was so high, it still stayed on rotation on BET. Because since
right.
like, it's like we go mention about MTV, Friday Night Videos, the box and all that, but that video ran. I mean, it's a classic and stuff like, my opinion and stuff. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, that was number one video songs, music
Yep.
video,
Mm-hmm.
classic.
This was yes. This was a one. Like yes,
Yeah,
CeCe.
they did that one right. Absolutely.
Yes. All right. So we get to any way you want to go. Ooh. I don't even know what to say after I saw she did a me. Because I've done that a couple of episodes.
Before we got on, Rashad was like, he was like, yeah, JR make that face. You know the face.
I know. I ain't gonna say that. I'm gonna let you take off on this one. Soon as you go like this, it's
Right.
over.
Like, or like when I gave the what you call it, Keith. Shout out to our cousin Keith. Oh, that was a classic look, man. When he said and Teddy too, I was like,
He said, and I just did like that.
I was like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it's over.
Oh, God.
I was
You
like,
better take off.
And Key was like, damn, I catch everything. And I couldn't even catch that. I said, no, you was really in it. That's why I'm like, okay. So what I can say about Anywhere You Want to Go, as corny, yes. Because this is the time where there's obviously the reggae stuff is rocking, right? And this is damn. You know what time it is when she walks. Um, so
I don't want to put
is
everybody in my business. I'll be back. Keep on talking.
so all right. So this song to me, I like I said, it definitely has that CC house to it to me, but it has the R&B elements that I like. And to me, I feel like CeCe is very comfortable on it for real. And her ad libs is just all over the place. And it makes sense to me. And it definitely is like, definitely, I think they wanted more of this because, like I told y'all, it was like the Keep On Walking type of thing because of what Keep On
Yeah.
Walking did. Because I really don't think, I think they thought, to be honest with you, I think they was like finally was going to hit and that was gonna hit big. And then after that, it was gonna be like, all right, we're gonna throw these singles out. Cause like you said, Rashad, about 91, Janet's leaving. We putting all our shit into CeCe. You know what I mean? We're gonna put all of our money into CeCe. This is this new act. She's young. House is rocking on the the pop charts right now. This is what we pushing. Keep on walking. That hit. They was like, oh, and the R&B people love it. You know what I'm saying? So they was like, all right, we're gonna get more of that. So to me, it knocks to me. You think about the reggae part of it, it was like, wait, no, that's the wrong song. Anywhere You Want to Go is no reggae in it. That's Through Those Doors. Anywhere You Want to Go, I like it. I just like it. It thumps, so that's how I like.
You know I don't like it, JR.
Yeah, I know you don't.
No, I said, but you know why? A very
Because
specific reason. The beat is so loud.
It's
Like
loud.
even
Yep.
for her, it's a lot. It's a
Yeah.
lot.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yep.
think
Because
I
I don't
think
have no problem with
around that
her.
time,
I don't have no problem with the
because
vocals and the arrangement. I think it's good.
Uh-huh.
The beat is so too distracting for me.
Yeah.
yeah, because I think around that time, that's when the reggae influence was in. Everybody doing like remix singles or like the original version and stuff.
Mhm.
And it's like okay, like I remember hearing How Many Ways in the reggae version, and I thought that was dope by Tony Braxton, and stuff,
Oh, we
but
eased that
then
song up.
That's
like imagine,
that's my
and then I
that's
felt
my
like
favorite
she
Tony
was trying to,
Braxton song.
because I felt like
It
she
is.
was trying to find a place. She just had the wrong people behind that record. That's my honest God truth. You know, 'Cause
Facts.
And you think about it in that time, remember, JR, we talked to Templeton about the Brownstone, and you had some of that flavor in the
Mm-hmm.
Brownstone records, like
Yeah.
sometimes dancing and all that kind of stuff. So yeah.
Right. And Snow. The baby boom boom down.
was that
Hey
one
Sam.
song? I think was that one song that came out around that time? It was like, it's time to have sex, or flicks, or time to
Matt
have sex.
Cobra.
Mad
Yeah, I
Cobra.
think that came around that time. He had Shabba Ranks was
92,
already hot.
93 ish. Yep.
So
Yep.
yeah. So that made
Yeah.
a lot of sense.
But yeah, that was Through Those Doors. But yeah, anyway you want to go, it is allowed. It's loud. Like it's hitting you. That's why I said a lot of this run is loud. Like these joints is loud. Because given what I'm giving, we get to that. That's a loud ad. That shit thumps.
But
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it did.
that
Wow.
song, I give. I mean, never mind. Never mind.
Because I remember a lot of this because me being on the campus, living with my mom, South Carolina State campus, given what I'm giving, a lot of the people used to step to it because it has that thump to it. So they would
Mhm.
put that in the middle of a step show. So that shit would be so hard. And it was like, oh, this joint not for real. And I was just like, I even thought this actually could have been a single, to be honest with you. To me.
Yeah.
I feel like it really could have been a single with the times that we were in. If y'all trying to put CeCe in that, then make a single that makes sense. Then that's what I'm at with it. Like, and this song makes sense. Like, It could be, you know what I mean? And it like Rashad said, this could have been a promo. Like you needed a promo single to prepare us what we was gonna get for this album with CeCe. Because obviously
Yeah.
the first thing when you think of CeCe, it's gonna be house. That's where our mind is. Oh, she gonna give us like another finally or something. Give us a street banger so we could be like, oh, she coming like this. This could have been one of them, and it could have been played
Yeah.
on all of that. I know Hot 97 would have ate this up. BLS would have ate this up. Like all of them would have ate this up if would have been. So I think this could have actually been a single for real. And the bass is knocking. Shout out to Kamal. He playing bass on this. Like it just to me again. Shout out to Sir Jinx. He did
Mhm.
this joint like he to me the tracks he got with CeCe. I think he blessed her with it for real. So I'm a fan of this song too.
Yeah, because that was a song that definitely needed today and stuff. I mean, just hear that record. It'd been a good fit for man. Oh my god, because like my issue with A&R Records, like, okay, here it is. She never album thought you knew. Y'all should have put out songs for the public needed to hear. Not what you
Mm-hmm.
guys want to hear. And, I mean, these A&Rs is trash.
Yo, who was I think me, Tim, and Sin was talking about that. We was like, yo, we are better A&Rs for real. Cause we would
Yep.
have made something made sense. Like,
Yeah.
yo, like y'all had a great body of work here. Y'all could have really worked this out the right way.
You know
Yep.
what kind of flavor this song kind of give me? Speaking of
What?
that influence is it was like giving like Maxi Priest almost. Like the way she was on it with the Caribbean flavor or whatever. It kind of sounded like
Wow.
it almost sounded popish. Like like a Maxi Priest
Just
song.
with an extra thump to
Yeah, with
it.
like
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
I get it. Yeah,
which would have
yeah.
made it work because that hit in a major way too.
People could have been the first, but they never want to be the first. You want to, well, you got some A&Rs that want to be the first, but
Yeah.
then you got some of them that's like, we need to follow what's going on. And it's like, no, you don't. Because you got a lot of people that's sick of this sound. We want something different. And you giving an
Mhm.
album, thought you knew. Well, let us know what we thought we didn't know. You know what I'm saying?
Like man
Man.
said, tell me what you thought. I thought you thought I thought.
Right. 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 So that's yeah. So that yeah. So I like
I
this
do
joint
like
too.
it. I do like it.
Yes. Yes.
Fun.
Yes.
It's a fun record to me.
Now through those doors. Uman, man, whether you're best friend. That's when the Jamaican vibe comes in, the reggae vibe come in.
I'm
For real.
sorry. I thought that's what song we was talking about. That's what I was talking about.
Oh, you were talking about through those doors? Oh,
Ah.
I thought that
y'all don't like
Well, at
it
least
what
you
I'm
commented
giving.
though.
I I I thought that's what I thought we had got to never mind.
Oh,
That's
well,
all good.
since in that case, since we know that Elise loved this song,
My bad. I got
it's
confused.
fine. It's all good. But shout out to the late Andrea Martin. She was the one that did this record.
Yes.
It definitely sounds like her. You know what I mean? She's on the backgrounds with CeCe for real. And
And her
for me,
microphone is
again,
on.
on. You hear me?
Because you can hear her so clearly.
Yes, on the backgrounds when her and CeCe kind of going at you, like that's Andrea right there. You can hear it. You can hear it. And I just love at the end, like it's like the 4 minute 9 second point of the song where CeCe is got that long CeCe note that we know we're gonna get. You know what I mean? And then kind of the beat comes out. And she was like, she talking about walking through those doors. So at the end when it's starting to fade, she like, and keep on walking, keep on talking. Like you come on, it makes sense. She can say to keep CeCe no, keep on walking is that girl. Like she got to know. So to bring it back up again, and then Big to say it in his rhyme, you better act like CeCe and keep on walking. Like, come on, like that song is it. So she bring it
Sound
back
fair.
again, and through those doors, I think it rocks. You know what I mean? And I like it. Like we said, this is the time where everybody's kind of giving that reggae vibe, Brownstone and everybody else. So obviously, you hear somebody else doing it, and A&R's like, well, we got to do that too. So that's that. So that's through those doors.
My bad.
I thought that was just,
I jumped ahead.
that's
Yeah, that's
enough
all
to
good.
say it. That just tells you how you feel. She did a double jump.
I know. I know.
You
That's
know what?
fine, sis. Girl, please. It's
I'm gonna tell
fine.
you though, this is gonna
Yeah.
catch y'all off guard. When Lita James had the same title back in 2023, I thought about CeCe Peniston's second album, but hers was "I Thought You Knew."
I thought you knew. Yeah.
I thought you
Yeah,
knew.
and I said,
Yes. Yeah.
and I was like, "Why is that title giving CeCe, Peniston vibes?" But I get what she was going at. And sometimes artists they try to use a title from an original album, but I get it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
The only difference, no offense to Lila James, was like, CeCe Peniston album had different layers to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Instead of
Because
just
and
that, basically.
it's no. It's that second album, like y'all said, like we say, that second album. You want to show the artist that you are, and I think this is what CeCe wanted to do. Like I'm just not this because I already see what y'all gonna try to do to me and just try to make me just dance, right? And just house. Now, as an A&R, you talking to your A&R, you like, listen, what you want to do for the second album? Where's your mind? Where's your focus? Yo, I want to try R&B a little bit, but I still want to stay in my house range because that's where the fans know me. I don't want to completely go left, but I want to throw some R&B in there. So this album, that's why I'm liking it. We all love it because it's just her showing her artistic. She's being very her artistry here. You know what I'm saying? Because you listen to that damn first album, they had to make that album in 2 weeks. What artistry is
Yep.
she gonna give? You know what I'm saying? Like nothing. She actually wrote some songs on here. She helped produce some songs on here. So it's like a whole different thing. But if she would have had just the right thing and everybody would have just been like we said with Confessions, right? At least it was like a lightning in a jar. Like everything worked. You know what I mean? Like it was like, see, but thank God whoever was a part of Usher's team, thank God they didn't go with Bird. Because it would have ruined the album the way it would have went. It would have never went the
Mm-hmm.
way it did if they didn't use Yeah as the first single. The first single will always tell you how an album is going to do. So you better make sure when you come with that first single, it better be fire. So everybody can get involved. If you getting people that's like, okay, we'll see what the next one is. And then when the next one comes, it's like, all right, I like this. And then you might get the album, it's like, oh, no, it's not. You know what I mean? It kind of just mess up everything. And that's why I think CeCe, and it hurts me because CeCe should have been up there,
Yeah.
especially after coming off an album like Finally. You know what I mean? And it's just, well,
Yeah.
whatever.
Her status should be out there where Janet's is at least close to it. You
Yeah,
know, and
especially
then
with the
like,
money that they put behind her.
yeah.
Well, JR,
I'm scared.
you seem so upset. Let my love surround you. Maybe you can.
My favorite song on the fucking album. Yes, yes,
Okay,
Classic.
well, before you go, because you're about to explode, but I just want to say
yes,
one thing first.
yes.
I I do really love this song, but the one thing that I wish I'd have had from this song is if just for this one song they could have just threw away the simps just for a second. I want to hear. It's so beautiful. An arrangement of it is so beautiful. The backgrounds are so beautiful. I want
yeah.
to hear this with regular, degular fucking instruments. I want instruments. I don't want to hear that high pitched thing that's within the beat. I like it drives me crazy because it is a beautiful, well written, perfectly
Yes.
arranged.
Yes.
Vocals are 10 out of 10 on this song. I mean, I still love the
Yes.
song. I want to know what it sounds like with just instruments.
Instead of that
Ooh.
drum programming. Yep.
Like just
I
with a
get it.
regular drum. You could even kept the other
Mhm.
sense, but like a live drum in it or something. It was just it was too mechanical and it's such a flowy
I,
song and I
I
needed
got
it to
you.
be softer. They could
Gotcha.
the drums could have been loud, but I needed them to just be real drums.
Right.
That could be a great B side, for one of the singles. You know what I'm saying? Once again, that's all should have been a single too as well. Because that'd be good for 1995. Because people still ride. I mean, the album was still riding high.
Mhm.
A&M Dumb Records.
All I have to
That's
say
that.
is this is one of my favorite songs on it, but my ear craves so bad for real instruments under it. Even if it's not all the instruments. I just need something. A real piano, something that just something. But I love
Right.
the song. Like, I mean, the song's great and I think it's great for 94, but I just oof, it
You
could have
want the
Just
real
imagine
really,
like a live
really
instrumentation.
version
be
of it.
if we could have got an acoustic something.
Right. 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 I get it. I get it.
It's great.
Me, this is my favorite song on the album. Um, CeCe and Jackie Gushley sound so, like a choir on this. Like background wise, they are just perfect on this record. And the reason why it also became a favorite of mine, well, I loved it then, but it really became a favorite of mine because the story that I have with it, it was um, me, my mom, and my uncle was actually driving down to South Carolina for my grandma's funeral, right? And during this time, it's we just sad, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, as we should. And they picked me up from, they coming from Jersey and they picking me up in Baltimore. So we got like a 7-hour ride, right? So I'm in the front and my mom is sitting in the back. The red cups is flowing, okay? Not my uncle, y'all. He does not drink and drive. And let me just make that clear. And it's just me and mom. And my uncle and mom is like, look, you're going to be the DJ. Got it. So then, I start getting into that 80s house for them because that's their stuff for real. That's their time. So they feeling it. And then we get into that 90s house. And I said, I'm gonna put on my CeCe playlist, right? So I start with We Got a Love Thing, then I go to Keep On Walking, right? So we are just up, like, you know what I'm saying? Then I throw Let My Love Surround You. And by that time, we are fucking jamming. And I was like, let me take my phone out right quick. Like, let me take my phone out right quick. So I'm like this, and I'm just recording, and I'm like, Ma, say something. And she rocking, and she like, all in the camera. And then my uncle is just sitting there, and I'm like, Uncle Bernard, look, you can look at the camera. He like, I'm driving, Junior, but come on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just trying to capture the moment. So I put it on my Instagram story, and CeCe saw it, and she was like, "Oh my God, y'all jamming!" And she was like, "People don't jam to this joint." She was like, "Y'all fans, like," and I'm like, "Yeah, like we love this record." And she was just like, "Wow!" And I was just like, just to think what music can really do, and what this song did, because it was like we were all really sad because we about to go bury, my mom and grandma, and then we throw on this record and we kind of like going off, you know what I'm saying? And it just from that point, it can't stop. Keep on walking for nothing.
Yeah, it's a boss of
No,
his own.
at all. No. But I put this after it, and every time I post it, CeCe actually, reposts it, and she'd give me the love heart or whatever, whatever. So that's why another reason. But I just love the joint because it's just gonna let my love don't dance around you. Love
Yeah.
my love, like it's just
And that bridge,
oh.
it is a real bridge, reinforced steel. It is not over troubled waters. It is not it, it is not a board over a creek. It is a bridge.
Lee silly.
But yet y'all still talk to me, so what they say about y'all.
You are a fool. You got me sweating, yo. What is wrong with you?
Let my love surround you, baby.
Yes, it is. Oh God. But shout out to us, Soul Shock and Carlin. They did this one too. Like they bless CeCe for real, for real. But this joint knocks. I can listen to it. I thump it in my car, like, and I blast it in my house. Like I love this record. And yeah, it's just It knocks for me. I love it.
Yeah, she could have. The overall, she could have had about like, okay, what, a promo single, could have like maybe uh 6, 7 music videos, for the
Mm-hmm.
album and stuff like that. Because I remember like, because 1995, they were still riding, off of I'm Not Over You and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. Hit by Love was hot. Don't get me wrong, but I was like, well, y'all got enough time. And that's what I miss about albums that did great marketing, where
Mm-hmm.
albums could at least last you for 2 years. Like, okay, Tevin Campbell, Proud as Now, his first album, the first single right around, that was a promo single, that was a lead single, but the album ran
Right.
him for like there 3 years already, 2 years. So they could have ran that. Let me see, the first single came in 93. So the album came in 94. The album could have ran like throughout the whole 95, at least or something, at least close to that.
Right. Right. I
You
agree.
know,
I agree. I just think, again, it's just you just gotta like Elise said in the top of the show, it's just the timing of it all. It's just the
yeah,
timing. This album would have had no problems. It would have came out a year earlier.
yeah,
Nothing.
93, yep.
It would have kept. She could have kept it moving. You know what I mean? And it could have been, her run could have kept continuing to go. Not even saying because she had a lot of little. She had number one club hits on this, so it wasn't like the
Yep.
joint didn't do anything. You know what I mean? It just didn't do what the label wanted it to do, but y'all also didn't promote it as y'all did with Finally. You know what I
Yep.
mean? So you just got to be truthful. At the end of the day, if you ain't putting a lot of money behind it and you just thinking it's going to catch on, no, this is 94, yo. Like, there's a lot of people that's coming out here with some shit in 94. You know what I mean? And if
Yeah.
CeCe going to start it, you better put the money behind it to keep it going. And you didn't.
Because they had like a remix album in '94, and then that didn't really do much.
That didn't do a
And that's
thing.
that. Yeah, that's a whole different conversation.
Okay. So we go to Keep Giving Me Your Love. Y'all go ahead because I got some shit that I need to say about this. So
Well,
go.
the thing about this song, this is what everybody said. Like, it, I like the song, but again with timing, like it sounds so off the Finally album, like all the way to me. And but I like the song, like it made me dance, but
It
it's something. I like the way she's singing and everything. I don't know. It felt in that year I already dated.
Because it sound like that song must got left out the first album, then they put on the second album. It sound like that because that's true. Some songs that if it didn't make on the first joint, they gonna put on the second joint. And
That's what.
usually that's kind of how it be. So well, people gonna love it. It doesn't work like that because here it is,
Mm-hmm.
1993, 1984. The sound is different. Everything you can't fool people. Yeah, the hardcore fans gonna love it, but they got common sense to be like, hey,
Correct.
give us something different, And
Correct.
it felt like that song was supposed to be on the last album, and they just threw it on here as an extra bonus. Try to be slick.
I I agree. Even though I love this record, I love it. So Shocked and Carlin did what they needed to do for this. But I'm sorry. I think they realized that, and that's why again this album came out a year too late. And like y'all said, it sounded dated by the time that it came out. So then they tried to do a West End remix, which I could not stand. It took the soul out of it to me. And they
That
released
was
that as a
trash.
single.
And this song was released in 95.
Right.
And in February.
And everything
That's what
that we done talked about that could have been 1995 single, why that song? But anyway,
At
that's
least
what goes to show that they didn't care anymore. Go look at the video. The video quality sucks.
and at least if you go keep a song like this, at least put it out in the fucking summer.
facts.
Don't put that in February.
You put this in February and then you change it up so you can slow it up a bit. So it takes the freaking soul out of the record. The video is terrible.
And now
The
the album
quality
been
is
out a
horrible.
year. The album done been out a year and 2 months.
And nobody ain't on it like that.
And technically, like this album started rolling in 93 because I'm in the Mood came out winter 93.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. I think this, and I again, this is familiar. It brings me back to finally, like y'all said, it does sound like that. But again, when it came out here before then, I think we would have been like, oh, okay, all right. But by the time you 2 years later, it sounds dated. But I love the record. Don't get me wrong. I
Great
do.
record.
I
Yeah.
just and then the things that she doing on it, I love the production of this because I can't stand that freaking West End bullshit. I'm sorry, I just don't. It
Yeah,
pisses me
that was
off. Like I
crazy.
just don't. I could not believe when I went and watched that damn video. I was like, first of all, the video quality. You're trying to give it finally because you got the flower in it. I'm like, y'all, like really, like come on, like
Yeah, because had that album would have came out like say like March 1983, it would have made a lot of sense. You know what I'm saying? Then when 1984 came, then you put out the songs that we done mentioned. 94, like, okay, you know what? We know this sound is change is coming to an end, so we don't so like we get this. But
mm-hmm.
some of that stuff need to be remixed. I feel like they just thought that, oh well people don't accept it. Doesn't work like that.
Right. Like you thinking that this is SWV. We accepting their remixes because a lot of them make sense.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's why we accept them. All of their remixes that they did, it worked.
Yep.
Why would y'all slow this down? Like it was no need. And then so for that to be said, I do like the record. I like honestly when it gets to kind of like the 4 minute 45 second, and it kind of takes the song out, and she like, "We made love for a long time. We made love for a long time. I want to show you how much." Yeah, all of that, and then the beat kind of comes back in, and then for like 40 seconds, and then it just comes out again, and then the background vocalist with CeCe, keep giving me your love. I want it. Now I'm gonna give it away. Like I like that. You know what I'm saying? So it was just the house production of that. I really, really love. So this is kind of like bittersweet for me because I love the record, but I agree with Elise. It's already dated already, but I still love it. You know what I'm saying? After coming off of Let My Love Surround You, I'm still in. I'm still in that danceable vibe, and I'm cool with it. But it's just what the label tried to do with it kind of puts a bad taste in my mouth because y'all realize it was dated too. Come on, 1995, and then y'all try to change it up with a remix that don't make no sense and gave our
Should
girl a terrible video like that. Nah, I ain't with y'all.
And
have just left it alone, man.
going back, something Rashad said earlier. I'm going all the way back to the first song. Searching was a promo single.
Word?
Oh wow. Well, then what the hell was I at then that time?
Where
Damn,
the
I don't
hell was
remember
I?
everything. I thought I remember everything in 93, 94. What the
Right.
hell was I at?
Oh, but you know why?
Damn.
But you know why you wouldn't have thought of it?
Right.
UK.
No wonder. No damn wonder. Okay, so it was cool to put the UK, but you could put the US.
Here?
And we bragging about it. Man, A&R. The
You
first
see what I'm
A&Rs would never
saying?
done that.
They started this album off wrong. You know what I
They did.
mean? Like, y'all gonna throw Searching over there as a promo for UK, but not us?
But Searching was the
Yeah.
B side to I'm Not Over You.
But you know what? I got over it because they did that crap. That's the honest God truth.
But they put it as the
Right.
B side. It did well in the UK.
Of
But it
course.
could have done, you know what? That's the part about it. Had it would have made it a promo single and threw it on MTV The Grind and let Donnie Simpson have that he would have promoted the hell out of that. Plus,
Because he
he's a
loved
big
his
fan of
music.
CeCe.
Donnie
It could have
loved
done numbers and stuff. That's why the album got half-ass soul. You got half-ass soul, you got a half-ass problem.
yeah. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Donnie had his certain people he liked because he loved feelings. He loved
Yeah.
he liked women that could sing.
Yeah.
Right. That part.
Donnie
Right.
He couldn't even hide it. He couldn't even
No.
hide it. Yeah.
Yes. Phyllis, what's her name? Vesta.
That's
He
the
loved
yes.
Vesta.
Oh, boy.
He adored Vesta.
Like if you was a black lady, big voice, he'd be like,
Well, that was his
it was
world
so
right there,
sweet to
Vesta.
see.
Oh, my God.
I
You
love
asked
Love
to
that.
have him
somebody.
tongue tied a couple of
Yeah.
times.
I love to
Yeah.
see someone that talk to so many famous people that they're not starstruck, so that when they are, they're like, you're like, oh, that's
Yeah, because he would laugh with Vesta. It was so funny. Like you could tell he was just and he tried to not show it, but it was so hard.
yeah.
It was so hard
Oh,
for him. So, yeah. So all right. So we go to "If You Love Me, I Will Love You." I thought it was a better vocal than "Inside I Cried," so I was all right with it.
yeah.
Um,
Yep.
it's like, she blowing on this. And I think Mark and Tim, who's the songwriters and producers of the record, they just kind of letting her go. CeCe giving you growls, long notes, trans voice, head voice. She giving it all. And they just letting her flow with it. And Cherie Ford Payne singing background with her, which she's a legend when it comes to backgrounds too.
Oh,
Yeah, I think the song was cool. I was here for it. I was like, all right, CeCe want to sing, so let us sing on out. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, she do sound good on this one. I like this song a lot, even though it don't sound like anything on the album at all.
whatever.
It's a true traditional R&B type of record, but it don't sound old. It sounds modern. Like I like it, and something like that would have killed on adult contemporary, urban adult.
oh, yeah,
Hello.
yeah,
It would have killed.
We should have
yeah.
been the A&Rs of this project.
This album has so
Would have
much
been a late
potential of
thing.
what could have been, because like look at
Clearly,
the
they
jazz
didn't
album.
know.
Yeah, when
It's
Janet
all
put out the Janet album '93, that ran for 2 years, and they had any stretch out with singles and videos behind that. The album could have had a great bulkness of what could have been. Like I say, if you got rookies taking over, you got all kinds of problems. So somebody don't know
And,
have common sense.
and they don't know CeCe, so they don't know what artist she is, and they doing what? Okay, they looking. This is when you go to looking at charts and looking at this and looking at this. That's half of the battle. You got to know the artist. Got to know what kind of artist they was. You know what I mean? We had that problem with speaking of SWV, and we did that album. And wait till y'all see that. It's the fact that they didn't know them. These new A&Rs is like, who is these three girls? We don't know them. We just know them from the hits that they got. With CeCe, I think these new people was like, oh, we know Finally, we know Keep on Walking, we know Inside My Love, we know Crazy Love, we know all of that, but we don't know this. So we gonna try to throw anything out that sticks
I was gonna
instead of
say
having it make sense.
this album. What it sounds like it. This is album of what I always say about Brandy's first album. It's a collection of really great songs, but they don't go together. But it's just a
Right.
collection of songs, and
Agreed.
and that's what cohesion. There was no cohesion in this album,
I agree. I agree.
and
I
that
agree.
sucks for her. And it's like you said, it was like the A&Rs just picked up, threw a bunch of shit at the wall, see what sticks. Like you said,
Yep. And it was like, oh, that sticks. We're gonna stay with that.
yeah.
Oh,
I think if they'd have
I'm not
stayed
over you sticks.
Yeah, I think if they'd have just stayed thematic with one thing, no matter what it was, whether it was all the house stuff, whether it was if she was going, if her wish was to go all the way into that R&B lane, that's what kind of album. It might not have worked, but I think it might have.
It might
Mhm.
have. It might
Yeah.
would have. Yep.
And
I
then
think it
of the
would have.
songs, you can make house remixes of them.
Bam, bam,
So
bam.
you
I was
have
gonna say
this
that shit.
great, make a great R&B album and put out some dance singles and stuff like that. So you still got
Common
the
sense.
dance thing. Deborah came and made a straight R&B album, and it's one of the biggest house songs ever.
Ja-
Mhm.
Mariah was doing it at that time. This is '94.
Janet,
Mariah was doing it. Janet was doing it. Y'all could have had her give an R&B album, and on the B side is the remix of it all. Like y'all could have really worked with this, and
played with
that's
that.
what I was gonna say, sis. You hit it for real. Like if y'all want to give her an R&B album, give it to her, but just make sure she got shit for it. Her her older audience, which is the house. Make sure you got some remixes, and you good to go.
Would have put Thought You
Yep.
Knew, and then it should have been a like Mary and all the Thought You Knew, the remix. You know, you could have had two.
Yeah,
That shit would have
Yep.
killed it
Common
on the
sense.
dance charts because they already know her.
Yep.
She did their darling. That she was the queen of that. So that you getting that
maybe
okay?
it's the way. Maybe it's the way. Since you was on point with this, like what?
Yeah.
Like you was on point with that. Like that's what I was gonna say at the end, but you nipped it in the bud for real. You know what I mean? Again, because we're now at the ballads, and I think we got one more mid. But maybe it's the way CeCe showing off her voice. Shout out to Fernando Harkless for the horns. I see a lot of people. I saw that a lot of people actually love this song. Like I was like, oh, okay. People was like, some of this stuff was they wedding song. Like people was really into maybe it's the way, and I'm like, this is just showing off CeCe's vocals for real. But
Mhm.
I'm cool with it. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, shout out to Fernando because he played the hell out of that like he did on Marvin's. What was it? London at the Palladium. He played on street songs and he played on all the Rick James stuff. So the horn is horning on that song. So yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because I think that it's crazy though. This album, it was fine. It was kind of like you could have this album something for everybody. It had different type of styles to it, but if it was done
Mm,
right, like Jr. said, it could have made a whole lot of sense. Like Elise said, like you could have had like a remix. Like okay, whoever was on the album, you could have made a bonus album, a remix. I thought you knew the remix. You know what I'm saying? This album got so much potential behind it. It's not even funny, but oh man, it's what I hate. Sometimes when I listen to a song that's so damn good, like why could have been a promo single? Why could have been an actual single or video or something? It's like I felt
right.
like we got cheated along with her, and
Yeah.
you could tell he
Yeah.
was digging at what could have been for this project.
Mm-hmm.
It
Yeah.
is the way.
And
I like this song.
no, okay. So yes, so she ends the album with "I Will Be Received," which is, this is like Elise said, this is during the time everybody got to have a gospel song on your album. That's just what it is. Everybody got to have a hymn.
Yeah.
But what I like, what she did, she made this, one of them church hymns for real. But you got the choir on it. But this is kind of like after the benevolence off and everybody gave their dollar to the building fund and a light bulb ain't been fixed in 20 years. But it's like this is that type. It's like a
Winans.
clap your hand type of thing.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah.
They did say he built that church for 20 years. And it ain't nothing
I
but a dusty
mean,
lot.
I
You know
mean,
what? It's funny though because that song coming out because she was in a gospel group a year later. While she was still promoting "I Thought You Knew" album. And
oh, I didn't know that.
I remember because it hit me. I was watching something on NBC Today show, and I remember I think it was Spring Break or something like that. I said, "Wait a minute!" I was like, "What is this?" But I think that was kind of like leading to whatever she was going with it next. And I thought about that. She did one album, the album with Gold and stuff, but that was like looking back at it now, said, okay, she was her roots are R&B and dance and stuff like that, but
Mm-hmm.
her other side was like gospel. So I think she was trying to give us something. We
With
didn't get a chance
a
to it.
Oh,
with a
shoot.
Like yeah,
with a
thanks to
projected voice
Dub
like
Records.
hers. Yeah.
Yeah.
JR,
Ooh.
let
Yes,
me tell you
ma'am.
who was in this gospel group. It was a
Ooh.
quintet.
Okay.
It was her, Thelma Houston, Albertina Walker,
Ooh.
Snow, and Lois Walden.
That was some singing gals.
For that Albertina Walker, I said, excuse me, Thelma.
Right. What? Sister
They were called
Albertina.
the Sisters of Glory.
Yeah.
Amen.
And
Abalabosha. Yes. They're giving you glory. Yes. We will be received, CeCe, with that. What?
And you know,
Child.
I think what's awesome though for that only album to go gold, it was a good look for CeCe because the fans did not criticize her. The media didn't say much. You know, they left it alone. And I think
Mm.
because the second album, thanks to those songs, was still hot, it didn't freeze. Or that
Yeah,
probably
and
be
then
like, girl,
freeze
where you
her.
going at with this? So
Right.
yeah. But she had a
And know
talent.
and knowing that the type of artist she is and she can sing for real,
Mm.
it's not like her being with a gospel group wouldn't make sense. It does. Because a lot of
Yeah.
what CeCe be doing on these songs is very gospel-ish. It's
Very
very,
church.
Yep.
very church. So it makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So yeah, but I think that I knew that's what we was gonna really get into with this album, to be honest, on what kind of went wrong. Because we all like
Yeah.
it, but it was a lot that kind of went wrong. It was like, damn, this and the A&Rs and the singles and why this and this. And like you said, Rashad was like, Searcher should have been a promo single. We found out it was, but it was in the UK. The
Yeah.
hell? Like,
Slap in our face.
Hi, gotcha.
right. Like, I was. It was like, y'all gave it to them. But again, overseas, over Europe and Asia and all that, they don't care. Music is
Yeah.
music to them. It ain't gotta be a
Yeah.
certain playlist or whatever. They just playing whatever and they like it. So
They
they
don't
over
care
there
about the
rocking
genre
to
or
it.
nothing.
Yes, they rocking to it and we ain't hearing shit. Like, like so
And
they
it
were
came from
prepared for I'm in the mood.
and it came from the US. But blocked
Right.
us and give it a day.
Blocked
Like, how y'all
us.
do that? It's like having a birthday party. You're not invited, but they pay somebody $20, drop on the cake, say, here you go, and leave. How was your birthday party? Oh man, it was slamming, man. You know, so we
Right.
celebrate on your ass.
Yes. Oh God.
You know, but yeah, I
Yeah.
like the album cover though because it was like it kind of gave me like a naughty sound, but it wasn't naughty. You know what I'm saying? But it was kind of like a look on her face, like, you know, you thought you knew me. Yeah, I really don't know me. You know what I'm saying? I just gave you one side of me on the first one. I'm going to give you all of me on it. Even though some directions should not have been on that second album, thanks to the A and Dumb records, but and stuff. But I like the album overall because I feel like it was a better body work than the first one, you know?
Mhm, mhm.
And it may not be a
Mm-hmm.
full classic, but
Right.
if you remove some of the songs, that need to be on there, then yeah, you could just then add certain stuff to it, then yeah, it could go. It really took her places. Had it would have been marketed right, you know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
But overall, you know, yeah, I mean, I love the album, you know, personally and stuff. 'Cause I feel like she was in her bag on this one and everything. Man, you know what's so funny about it too, though, because she was named number one. Was a hot dance club play artist in the end of 1994. And it's funny that nobody don't bitch that. She got to over Janet, Madonna,
Donna.
and
Yep.
Aaliyah, and I forgot
Mm-hmm.
was somebody else, and it's never mentioned.
She never get. She
Never.
was actually the one to perform first on the apartheid before Whitney was, but Whitney gets the love for it, and
Mhm,
CeCe was
Yeah.
first.
mhm.
It
Yeah, it's
this kind of
crazy.
way the game works. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
unfortunately, you know what I mean. So,
You can
but
let you have number
yeah,
one, but you're not gonna get the shine.
you're not gonna get the shine though. Nah, we're gonna give it to somebody else. It's like, damn. So,
Oh goodness. All right. Well, we have reached my favorite part of the song, of the show, not of the song, of the show. And it is our song word association. And of course, today it's going to be songs from 1994 that were on the chart. So some of them might be from 93, might have been released in 93, but that charted in 94.
mm,
And
mm.
this one, I'm kidding, but I just want to fuck with Rashad. Can we? Okay, I was kidding. Um,
I just got a migraine. That's what you said that. Oh God.
I love that
Any
clip.
song of that song.
Me and Elise love that clip, Rashard. We talk about it a lot. Like, because you went
Woo!
in.
I had to spaz out. No, I tell you, though, I just my feelings towards that song is very personal. I tell you,
I
golly,
get
you would
it.
tell me that back in 1994. I think it'd be wait. Yeah, God, I always want to go there. But anyway, go.
All right. 1994. You just tell me the first thought or memory that you associate with that song. And we will start off with Black Girl, 90s Girl.
You know what? When I first heard that song, I mean, I liked the song. It was very catchy. It was one of the type of songs that you knew was going to be a hit. You know what I'm saying? Even though it was not a strong hit, but you know that song was going to make its mark, you know. But I wish that group could have lasted longer. But of course, you know, labels, executives was changing, owners, and all this other crap going on. One thing I remember was I remember BT played it frequently,
They did.
but not heavy. And I think what it was because you know there was a dope group. I feel like they got lost in the shuffle because here it was SDV was on fire, Jay was on fire, TLC was on fire, and other groups in between. And I like that record, but I remember though that gave once again black women confidence. Say, hey, you know, I'm a '90s girl. This is my world. You know, here's the '80s was all about you know control and all that, but the '90s gave you a more twist of it. Here was the whole Holly Berry hairstyle was there, the Fraggle wave, the bob cut and everything. So it gave black women at that time a new attitude and stuff, you know. And yeah, that song's a classic.
Yes. All right, let's go with a legend. Patti LaBelle. Right kind of lover.
Ooh,
Sure
yeah.
enough, he's got the stuff.
Yeah,
He's the
He's
right
the
kind of
right
lover
kind of lover
for
for
me.
me.
classic.
That's
Yes.
my baby.
You know, I like that record though because it showed Patty that not only she sounded good, far okay as a solo artist. You know, for her to blend in with the '70s and what she did in the '80s, it showed that she could do it again for the '90s. Here's the album with Gold, classic video, heavy rotation with BET. You know what I'm saying? And it showed that
Thank
she
you,
could
Jamie
do.
Lewis.
I mean, you give her an '80s sound in the direction she's gonna murder it. But I like that. I like that song. You know what I'm saying?
Thank
Yeah.
you to Jam and Lewis. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank
Yeah.
you. And Ann Nesby. Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. Yes.
Man, please all my bills.
I could imagine the demo that Ann did. I could imagine. Oh shit.
All right. Shy, the place where you belong.
Ooh. You know what? Big shouts to Garfield. I interviewed him, and
Yes, you
I
did.
and I told him. I said it was kind of funny because I felt like you know, listen to okay, the music video was dope and everything, a classic. But you know, I remember watching the video as like a 13-year-old kid. Like, you know, I feel like they reached at that peak, but I also felt like it was coming to an end. It's like I felt like, okay, they did what it's supposed to do. They got nothing to prove. But to me, when I first heard it, I said, okay, this is just another hit. You know what I'm saying?
I thought, yeah.
But I do like that song a lot because I love it then like I love it now. That's crazy. 31 years ago, damn, I feel old. But 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 I knew it was a hit automatically. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like that song should have got appreciated more because if we could sit here, that's what I hate about white media mainstream and these DJs and stuff. It's like if we could sit here and embrace everything they did off the first album. Why can't we embrace this song too? It was a hit,
Right.
but I get it because the Beverly Hills Cop 3 was a flop to a certain extent, and that's what it was half-ass promotion. But God, I love on BET. You know what I'm saying? It was a great video, in my opinion. You know, man, you know, yeah, wow. At that time, in my life back then, I was like, hey, you know, I want to see what 94 could bring to me. You know what I'm saying? Well, I was like, forget 93.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was a great moment.
All right. And then we'll go with Babyface. When can I see you?
Ooh. You know what? It's like anything that brother puts out, you know it's a hit. You
Come
know what I'm saying?
on.
When can I see you
See you.
again? When does my heart need a friend? You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah,
come on now. Don't get no better than that, that's my
that man
favorite
wrote this.
album. Once again,
Oh,
because
okay.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I like that song, but I like this song Rock Bottom. I like the songs that don't get a lot of love. I like those songs more than the ones that was already got more love.
That was a
That's
great
my
Yeah.
album.
opinion.
That album was
But
great.
that album for the cool you, I feel like
People
Babyface got
slap.
into his zone.
That album good. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, it is.
I feel like Babyface got into his zone coming off with Tender Lover, because that's when he got that more that modern mid tempo Babyface,
Mhm.
more of a ballad and stuff. He was in his bag on that album, man. And I wish that those songs could have been embraced more. That song should have been a Grammy winner, but you know how that goes.
Mhm.
Mhm. We
You
know.
know,
Mhm.
yeah. So it's crazy too, because those videos, it was like half it was gloomy. It had like the New York, DC feel to it. You know what I'm saying? It kind of gave us like, man, I want to take a trip to DC. I want to take a trip to New York and stuff like that. So I love it though. And that video stayed on heavy rotation. What? Midnight Love, Video Soul, Video Vibrations, Friday Night Videos, The Box, MTV Jams. I mean, what's it called? Saturday morning videos and oh God, I mean, that was just a great nostalgia. I'm tell you, you have
Yeah.
not lived and you didn't live through the 90s. I'm sorry.
Period.
Like for real.
Any more 1990, it does not count. But anyway.
At all.
All right. Well, let's make it 3 legends in a row. Barry White, practice what you preach.
He came back with the shits.
He did. Hey, baby, I'm back now. There's something wrong with me. I have my share of love and so was damn good. If you think you can turn me out, oh baby, I wish that would. Oh, you just keep now. You just keep
Oh,
telling
you
me
just,
this, and you
oh,
telling me
you
that.
just
Once that forever, I'll never
never
go
could
back. And
say
once
the
I,
lesson that you wanna teach.
Wanna
Here
teach,
yeah,
I am, baby.
baby,
Practice.
practice
practice
what you
what you
preach.
preach.
You know what
It
though?
sound, and
'Cause
that's
that
why I knew
song,
I was like, Gerald wrote that record. It
Oh yeah.
sounded
yeah,
like a Gerald record.
it sounds like
Totally.
it.
You know what else
You
Gerald
know,
wrote that year?
What?
Subway, that little game we play. Little game you
Of
play.
so
course.
did,
Yep.
so did because
And
okay, like
and
far
he
as the
had a
very,
song out that year that charted.
yeah, he was on fire though because okay, like far as Barry White, it was perfect timing because this was coming off kind of like coming off of a Sticky Garden, even though it was a 5 year stretch. No, yeah, 4 or 5 year stretch, but it was perfect because that song helped build up to his comeback.
That's
I would
true.
say
Yeah.
comeback as far as like a base stable.
I
That
Hmm.
agree.
song was
I
classic.
agree.
I
I
liked it
agree.
though. You know,
Yep.
it showed that he could get with it in the 90s, and that let people know that he had nothing to prove. People thought he was done, but thank God for Quincy Jones breaking, Barry White from Seeking Guard. That's what led to that joint.
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
R.I.P. to Jell Levert giving him a classic. And it's funny how Jell Levert's not in the Songwriter Hall of Fame, but I will say this though: if Jeremy Levert was alive today, if it did happen, he probably have his own Star Walk of Fame. You
Yeah.
know, maybe
I
not in the
agree.
Rock or Hall of Fame, but yeah,
Yeah.
R.I.P. to
Yeah.
the GOAT.
I wonder. I would have. Did Jared ever do a version of this song?
I
Cause
don't think so.
because I would
No,
have wanted
I
to hear
don't think
him
he ever
carrying on.
performed that.
I would have loved to hear him sing it too. Not take the Barry away. I want both. Cause you know that all you just get. He'd have been about to have a seizure on stage.
Yeah, you
Yeah, he
want
be
you want
spitting
the
his face.
foolishness of it all.
Yeah, and it's a song where you can go and get foolish and it makes sense.
Yeah.
Because Barry
Yeah.
got foolish and it made sense. It's the parts that we remember. Oh,
Hmm.
like what a song.
And that's so Gerald rolling on the floor, kicking his shoes off. That is Gerald. What?
Yeah,
And
all the
roll
way.
around and roll.
And roll around on the ground. Yeah.
You make me. Wanna spread my wings and fly.
I
He
love
always
that
does this.
performance. Yeah, he showed.
Yeah, switch his eyes. Look like he's ready to take a dump. They're like, oh, good.
Yeah, oh Lord, Patty was getting her life. You hear me? Patty was loving it. What?
Yeah, she
Oh my
was.
God.
Music was
Yes.
so fun. It used to be so fun.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes, we getting it back. But Rashad, I think we did it.
I'll say it again.
Finally, catch it.
You know what? This album right here, I tell you though, just I love this album because even though I love him, I think even though I love we got okay for as far as the first album, I love we got a love thing and keep on walking really got me hooked quick. But I think with this album right here, I'm more a fan of this one than the second album because I thought was more like overall best album. You know what I'm saying? May not have been the 100% best production, but I recommend any fan listen to this album. To me, thought should have been studied, should be studied. As much as mainstream critics talk about, the first album and all this other shenanigans, but they should study this album, study the lyrics of it. You know what I'm saying? Of course, people probably will say the same thing we would say, but they could never say this album, is not better than the first one. This album is better than the first one because it had somewhat closer direction. You know what I'm saying? Even though Robert Knight could have kept their song and it could have had better A&Rs and what could have been, but I felt like altogether though, you could tell that she really enjoyed this album because it was more like her to a certain extent than it was to the first one. Because I get it,
Right.
And everything, but to me, she was a Deborah Cox before Deborah Cox, on this one, That's my personal opinion, so that one. Because had you removed CeCe Peniston and put Deborah Cox on that, you probably had the same type of style if she was out to A&M Records. Who knows? I could be wrong. But to me, she's a legend, and here it was, that era, saying like when I first saw In the Mood, I remember BT premiered it, and man, I mean, it just like steamrolled. Here come these other joints. I feel like she never should deserve flowers. I hate when mainstream treats her like a one album artist and a one hit wonder. If we could sit here and praise the Hot 100, but keep in mind R&B is the mothership. Pop is right here, This woman got 5 number one dance hits. Like, how the hell do you skip over that? This one is like, and I don't really come off like a color thing, but if you ask a white person what's their favorite song of CeCe Peniston, they're gonna say Finally. A black fan is gonna tell you everything about it, from front and back. But yeah, she's a legend, and nobody can take that away. But yeah, thought you knew. I feel like where she was going at, we all get it, saying, and like we mentioned in this episode, had the promo single. The very first track number one should be the promo single. Let that come out, say like, I don't know, April or May. Let it build up. They put out, the move. They put the album out a month later, like August or something like that,
That would have
so
worked.
that way, you write that out. Then the songs we mentioned about, let that be like 94, you know what I'm saying? Let it spread out. But I also felt like, well, personally, also too far into the whole direction, she could have put a lot of stuff out 93, and stuff. And it's crazy though, because you think about videos was changing, man, just the whole nostalgia of it and everything. But I don't know if I think the album went gold, if I ain't mistaken. I don't know if it did or not.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, because they had a Gold 7 album appeal to it though, but man, but all overall the album was dope. Man, she did her thing, so but I will say this though, her powerhouse voice, she kills it, you know what I'm saying? Talk about hey out down by the street, bang, that stuff. Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you that what's so funny though, she could do, even though it's probably nowhere in her range, nowhere in her lane. I believe she could do some scat. If you give her a jazz beat, I believe she could do that. But the right type of jazz fusion record, smooth jazz, I can see her probably doing that. But yeah, she's awesome though. That's crazy. 30 more years though. That's That was so fast. But but even though the album was dope, you could tell that like the curtains was coming to a close, around that
Yeah,
time,
yeah,
for A&M Records. But I felt like had she would have been signed to a different label, like an MCA, probably like at that time, that probably be a good fit for her and stuff. Part was exposure.
It did not go
Baby,
gold.
damn.
Mm-mm.
And that's crazy because that's the part I hate about that. See, I got a bone to pick with mainstream damn media. That it's just like you said, had it would have kept the formula, and like JR said, that album would have came out like in like summer '93. They would have made perfect sense, because here the New Jack Swing was slowly coming to the end. Then house music was slowly coming to the end by the time. It would be perfect for it to finish off the rest of it. Then that would have made a lot of sense, back then. And I think what it was too, because Gangsta Rap was taking over and stuff and everything, SWV set the set 1993, 1994 on fire and everything, with Janet, Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston Bodyguard soundtrack. It is crazy how some albums that's dope, they get lost in the shuffle of what could have been,
mm-hmm.
and everything. But the album had so much potential, but these A&R executives, that's their fault, And you can tell, you look at the unsung, you can tell some of the producers felt kind of guilty of what it could have done right or what it could have, still done wrong, and everything. Yeah, so that's the real truth.
Yeah. Well,
Yep.
Rashad, how about you tell our good cousins how they can find you, what you got going on, because you always got some stuff going on. So go
That
ahead.
part.
I got more stuff under the hairdresser about my new some hair weave. But okay, yeah. So the R&B talk show will be debuted soon on the Fifth Sun Network, and also working on the situation with Tubi. So my goal is to always, expand, never stay in one spot, what I'm saying? So, so Fifth Sun Television, up and coming brand, anybody could be on there. They're a new platform that just beginning and everything. So the network's on Roku. So you type in Fifth Sun, it will pop up. You see like a logo of a sun with a purple background. You download it, it's free and stuff. You can share it to a lot of people. It's kind of like it's like a Tubi version, but it's not Tubi. That's kind of how Fifth Sun is, like another all black brand. You can say and
Oh,
everything.
okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, like that. So, but in between that, I'm working on. I'm in talks with one of my buddies about doing a show in DC, and also, working on a show here in Little Kentucky. So, I always try to go where the support's at and everything.
I hear that.
And do the red carpet. As much as I love interviews and everything, but I'm going to be outside. So once I get myself re-registered red carpet host, your boy's gonna be everywhere. So I can't not motherfucking wait. But as far as the R&B talk show, type in the R&B talk show. Make sure you follow on Instagram. Follow Rashad Ali on Facebook. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I also want to say this too. I'm gonna do some commentary topics, and I got to have y'all there. I got to have JR just clown, and I got certain people as a guest. So it's gonna be banana. So be on the lookout for it, though, because I'm just writing these little topics down, and once I send a note, you can be like, "Oh yes, let me
yeah, you know."
You gotta go so far, but I want to give you guys your flowers though, and I appreciate y'all for having me on there because I get a chance to be me. And it's like I've been interviewed by certain platforms. Some happens to get talk about certain genres and stuff, but I love y'all guys. That's why I love coming on here. I think I've been on maybe like 6 different times, 5 different times, or something like that.
You up there?
Yeah, man, a whole lot. So I try to make sure I keep that energy up there and stuff.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? This is where it's at, man.
Yes, we thank you, and we thank all our folks. And if you know someone searching to get hit by some R&B love, send them on over to the R&B representative.
Yeah, you already know I'm going to and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And my cousins, y'all are forever in my heart. And anywhere you want to go, just make sure you stop by us first. And we will catch y'all on the next Catch That.
Yeah.
Peace. Somebody was saying peace.